What's up, bosses? Welcome back to my channel. So last week, we talked about the 4 ways that you could increase your revenue on Etsy. The first being increasing our conversion rate. We want to make sure that our listings are optimized for conversions before we waste any time or money driving traffic to them. So how do we increase our conversion rate? Well, there are many ways, but one way is to have a listing description that is well formatted. If you confuse them, you lose them. So in this video, I want to talk about all of the components that make up a great listing description. But before we jump into the video, I want to tell you guys that I've been working on a program that is going to help you increase your traffic and sales on Etsy. Now, I've taken clients through this step-by-step process and they've been able to double their sales in less than 2 months. So if you're interested in growing your Etsy shop with a proven system with me by your side, then go to the description box or the pinned comment and click on the link to sign up for the waitlist so you don't miss when it becomes available. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the video. So the perfect listing description needs to be clear, concise, and also inspire action. It's all about getting the information across to the shopper in the most effective and efficient way. Keep it short, sweet, to the point with headers so it's easy to follow along. So my first tip is to tell them why they need your product. And in marketing, we call this the benefits of your product. The benefits are the results or the impact that your product will have on your customer's life. So when you're talking about your product's benefits, you want to speak to your target audience's struggles and desires as it relates to your product. Now you want to tell them the what. What are they receiving? These are called features. So features are basically the physical or digital characteristics that make up or are included in your offer, such as size, material, format, if it's a digital product. So really, it's everything that makes up your product in a physical or digital sense, and you want to make sure that you list these out in bullet point format so it's nice and clear so the shoppers know what they will be receiving. So for example, I list out what the buyer will be receiving in the PDF and also all the different elements so there's no confusion when they receive a digital instant download. Next, you want to drive home why your product is worth the purchase. And we just explained why through benefits and features, but now we want to prove it, and I do that by including social proof in my listing description. Yes, they can scroll down to the bottom of your listing and see the 5-star reviews, but it's all about making it super simple and a no-brainer for your target audience, and having that review right there in the listing description will just encourage them to make the purchase because they know that past customers were happy with their purchase. So think about Amazon reviews, Yelp reviews. Social proof is super important when we're trying to close a sale. Another thing I do is I include inbound links. So the longer a shopper stays on your shop, then the more likely they are to purchase, and no better way to do this than to link relevant listings or bundled listings in your description box. It reduces the amount of messages that you'll get from them, or it could stop them from starting the search process all over again when they could just be looking no further than your shop to find what they really want. In my individual templates, I list the bundles that I offer, and I also list different colors that are super popular. So they don't go ahead and search for someone else's listing when what they want is right there available in my shop. Again, you're making it easier for them to stay longer and engage with your brand, so they're more likely to make a purchase. My next tip is to set expectations. So you can list your policies, such as your return policy, your processing times, and your shipping turnaround times. Again, I know that you have a policy section, but listing it in your listing description will actually help people just quickly make a decision. I used to get questions all the time about turnaround times when customers would purchase my champagne flutes from me. So even though it's in the policy section, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're scrolling all the way down to read it. So again, it's just about making it very easy for that shopper to make a decision because all of that relevant information is right there in front of them as they're reading through the listing description. A pro tip is to do some competitor research to see how your policies compare to similar shops to make sure that your product is competitive. Now, my last tip is to try to avoid questions. So if you're getting a lot of messages that are basically asking the same thing over and over again, yes, you can have your FAQ section, but I definitely suggest that you take those repetitive questions and put that somewhere higher up in your listing description because obviously the shoppers aren't reading it if it is lower in your listing description, because if you're getting a lot of messages about the same thing, then just imagine How many shoppers are coming onto your shop, asking themselves that same question, and then leaving because they don't have the answer? And then they're going to another shop that is more clear about what they're wondering. So just make sure you're including all of that information higher in your listing description. And if people are still missing it, then think about including a photo with text that answers that question in your listing photos. Okay guys, so those are my top tips for a listing description that converts into sales. Remember guys, if you are serious about growing that Etsy shop and you want that proven step-by-step system to grow your traffic and your sales, then click the link in the description box and the pinned comment and sign up for that waitlist so you don't miss it when the program becomes available. As always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.